Well, we got the 200 back today, like I was saying in the last video. I think it's gonna be the last video. Maybe it'll still be this one. But I gotta go unhook his dump cart. We just saw that it has a hydraulic oil filter that just started leaking right when he brought it back to the house yard. So I'm gonna go probably put a new filter on it. It likes to loosen up, the main hydraulic filter housing. It loosens up every now and then. It's so damn annoying. But we gotta go put a new filter on it. Maybe it'll stop it for a while. And maybe clean some windows. So for some reason the camera's actually not picking up the dirty windows for once in its life, but we're gonna try putting this on the grass seeder, or the drill, because we want to get that planted today. And because the 86 has to keep pulling those grubbers for now. Hopefully my tractor will be done later today and we can go get it tonight or tomorrow. But we'll see how today rolls out. We always have a game plan, but normally the game plan only works until you get going and then something goes wrong. Yeah, she leaked out.
She's definitely
We gotta go pick out stones.
Yeah, we have some stones to go pick up at Jason Doe's. They pulled some out with the chisel plows. In that bottom that top section I did, very, very nice soil. But that bottom section where the stones pile is,
What was that?
tell where the stone pile is
What?
a lot of stones.
Got hooked on the drill with this.
Should pull it.
She'd pull it.
So we are doing a test block today. We are with Seedway. We got John, and I don't even know your name. Rachel. Okay, and she's gonna talk about it a little bit after. They got a few different style of seed, and we'll go from there. They're gonna clean it out with a vacuum. I took most of it out with a shovel, with a little shovel, but they're gonna vacuum it out with a vacuum after. We'll suck all the seed out of there. I guess it all goes into this. It goes in there, comes down this pipe, and then we'll empty it out the bottom after.
So Christoph had me come.
Yes.
I was trying to finish that field up, but he wants me to do the recording. So what did you record so far?
I introduced them and the Seedway. That's about it.
All right.
I didn't get much farther. And the vacuuming it out. I did show them the vacuuming.
We've got John here. He's doing, I guess you can explain what the brands are, or what each seed is. How many different styles are you doing?
We'll probably have at least a dozen varieties in here.
Okay. And they're gonna be right here next to the road. So it'll be kind of convenient because it's right next to the road, so if people want to stop, they can actually see
Visitors are welcome to stop and look.
Yep.
Not drive in the field, but
Yeah, please don't drive through our field, but you can look. So these are little guys.
Almost empty the bag, no? You think it won't?
So it's gonna be, is it 6 rows up?
Yes.
And it's different, right?
yeah, we got two different varieties. So there's 6 hoppers with one, 6 with another variety.
Okay. And then most of the field, you can kind of see right there, is going to be our normal seed. It's all the way back like that. And then on the right a little bit, we converted some grass to corn. That's also our normal seed. So it's kind of in a center box. Well, Christoph's finally firing this up. We've been busy all day so far, so it's kind of, I think it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but we've been getting the field ready. We had some stones to pick. It took a while. But that next field is already ready. It kind of worked out good. John got here right when we got done that, because Christoph was going to head up there to plant, but we can do this first. That way it's all done here and he doesn't have to come back. So basically there should be enough seed to do one pass up. There's a little bit of corn still, we'll have to pick that up after. And then he'll have to come back empty, I'm pretty sure. And we wanted to do it in this section of the field right here because the first 60 feet of the field here, it's very stony, always has been. When they did the bridge work, they put a lot of debris right here, and even before that, it was really stony. It doesn't grow good, so we wanted to put it where the soil's good. What was your name?
Rachel.
Rachel, okay. So she's putting little sticks down to mark, to know where each corn is. Are those gonna be bigger after, or are they gonna stay that small?
The
markers, so we know which corn.
they'll stay small, and then we'll add some flags.
Okay.
Too, in case they get run over or we can't find them.
Alrighty.
Need them later because they do disappear in the corn.
So he just pulls that valve, dumps the seed back in the bag, and does the other 6. It's actually pretty slick. Makes Christoph want one. It's just hooked up to a vacuum cleaner with a generator. A little bit of PVC engineering.
Quite a bit of
seed in there. Oh, I think that's for a pass.
Christoph was guessing on distance. But whatever's left, we're gonna just fill in after. But that way, it's a good distance to do a testing. So he's gonna vacuum this out. It looks homemade.
Faster than taking the hoppers off.
That's true. Opening up those sucks. So if we only have to do it when we pressure wash to get the machine cleaned out. It actually sucked most of them out of that. Yeah. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, you'll have
one little turn around will be completely empty. So he's gonna suck this half out, put that back in whatever variety bag that is, and then do the same on the other half. This time I'll record John doing that.
That was short.
It don't matter. That's all it takes. Christoph's getting his rest in.
Yeah.
And he'll do another, however long the other pass was. With the different size seeds, because some are a little different, it makes it kind of difficult to get the air pressure right. But he's kind of reaching for a happy medium to get everything working good. Because the smaller seed needs less air pressure to make it flow correctly, but he's opening the wrong one. So like the first rotation of this is gonna have whatever last seed was, but it only take a couple feet.
Yeah, so when the corn emerges, you know, you'll be able to see the difference.
Yeah.
And we usually on these test plots, we usually cut them back a little bit, stagger them so you can see the different varieties.
Yep.
So the first few plants will come off anyways.
All right. But sucking it down to how it was is a lot faster than pulling all those discs off. It's not worth it.
We try to make it as painless as possible.
That goes pretty quick. I think that took like 5 minutes to do. I wasn't timing, but it wasn't the end of the world. Got Ferdy here. I gotta go with him in a little bit. Got Christoph cruising back up. Someone's gonna complain about compaction, but he is sinking in about 4 inches or more. This is river bottom, extremely soft ground once you till it up. So we are not worried about compaction at all. And he has to get back up here anyways because it's only one pass. I'll vacuum it back out, and I think there'll be a couple more brands, not brands, a couple different varieties. I was saying brands, but it ain't brands, it's varieties.
It's one brand.
My mind went blank. It's all Seedway, there's no different brands. Varieties did we put in now?
Good question.
This,
we have around 20.
So 20 different varieties around that. 6 rows each one. This is the last pass, so the whole field perimeter, so about 60 feet over, he did 2 feet, and then before we started, that is Pioneer 96-day corn. So anyone that's around here, they'll know what's around it. And then we went from 107 Seedway, starting on that end,
to 92.
and then this last one right here is 92 day. So it just progressively goes down in days over. My dad's gonna see the 107 and be like, too long. John knows. We normally don't, the longest day we did was Enosburg, and that's 103 day this year. So we don't really plant too long day corn. My dad likes to be able to chop. So shorter day corn, we can chop sooner. But for here, that's what's here, 107, and then is it basically every 2 days it goes down, or every day?
It depends on the variety, but
Something
it's
like
few
that, yeah.
days.
105, 103, 100, so a lot of 95. So that'll be a good variety. Half new, half stuff we already know we like, so it'll be a good way to see how the new stuff does locally.
Yep. So we're right in Berkshire, right across the bridge, and then basically right next to the road. So it's very easy to see. And then as it's growing, John's gonna come out and kind of cut back the sections, so that way those first couple rows that are the opposite seed day, it's correct.
Yes, you usually get a few seeds from the previous variety.
So
So we'll cut that back, and it'll be staggered so you can see six rows of this variety, 6 of another.
so
Be easier, it'll stand out.
yeah. So that's what's gonna happen here, and then now we just wait. It's gonna get sprayed, but other than that, we gotta wait for it to grow.
Mother Nature.
Yep. So today is May 8th, and we'll tune back in on this when the seed pops out. We'll see how many days it takes. But I'll probably have other stuff in this video because I'm not done nearly with other stuff. But we're gonna get to trying to plant those oats now, which will actually also be Seedway oats. What kind were those? Hayden Seedway oats. That's a learning curve for us. So we're gonna see how that goes. We've never used the drill, and we've also never planted oats. So we're gonna find out how that goes for us today. So that will probably also be part of this video. So it's a bunch of Seedway products. So we're gonna, are we gonna vacuum that out or just throw in?
Does he want to vacuum?
I don't think he really cares which way we go.
Top it off.
We just gotta fill him back up, and that way he could finish up the rest of the field, and then he's got the next field to go to. Well, Ferdy, Pete, and me are loading up the drill for the first time. We got a pallet of Seedway oats. So this will be in the video with the test plot. And we're getting this in. I think we got 30 bags, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna load it up with 28, because that, he said there's 2 more bags here just for leeway than what's recommended per pound, because we're not really sure how it's gonna go. The kids just got back from school. Gotta pay them. So we got 10 bags in each drill out of the 3. And we have a handful left. We're gonna put in the pickup, and we'll figure that we'll put them in as we need them. But we do have to change. This is for the depth. These are. We have to change that to the right depth.
Yes.
Still, and we'll see how this goes. Well, I'm right behind Ferdy here. This top section of this field is going to be getting the oats, They dissed this a bunch yesterday. Ferdy ended up helping Gerhardt. This is some grass that we're switching over. We don't dare to go any closer that way in the front because the stones start. And anybody that knows us knows we hate picking stones more than we have to. So once the stones started, we stopped. And we're gonna leave that. I don't think anyone likes picking stones, honestly. So you got Gerhardt, he's doing some chisel plowing here because Alex has the other tractor for the chisels. They're starting on this bottom section. Philip and Tyler are doing some disking. This field has to at least get disked twice. Sometimes we do it 3 times on a bad year. For this upper section, I think Christoph said it's around 15 acres, a little over maybe. That's what we want the oats on. Brought a tape measure, and we have to adjust the depth stuff. We're gonna see how this goes. Complete learning process for us, and don't worry, we have the boss here himself, Marcus. So this is not a magnetic hood, and it comes with little dots to stick it to, but they look ugly and we don't want them on the hood. So we did the next best thing, and we ratchet strapped it gently to the hood, and that'll be our guidance system. Since the drill doesn't have markers, it'll work just fine. So that way we have some sort of way to have a little bit of guidance and not overlap too much. Because unlike the planter, this doesn't have wings to mark where you're supposed to drive. Yeah, looks like it. All right, lift it up some. Yep. So he said he's gonna go about 50 feet, and we're gonna see how it's all going. I do gotta make sure seeds dropping everywhere, which you can see in each one. It's also gonna be a kind of a tight fit. The first time we're ever using it, we're going between a fence and a telephone pole, but if you're gonna test it out, you might as well test it out between a very tight spot. It's gonna be tight. We're gonna see how well this MX200 pulls this 30-foot drill. Well, we had to stop because the Harrows, they make the 16 footers and the 14 footers make these dips, and I'm not done the other field with a 24 footer, which does also a nice job. So we called Alex over, and she is going to basically redo this one more time with the grubbers, because those do a very good job on leveling. And
Now we gotta wait.
the problem we're having is on those dips, it was just too much dirt, and it was plugging up in front of the discs. We don't need that, so we'll have her just go right in front of us and perfectly level the field. It was done before with the grubbers and it looked good, but it was just too many little balls, so we had Philip go through the Harrows one more time, and it made the dips. So with the planter, it would have worked just fine. That could have powered through it, but with the drill, it's a little bit different. It is a learning curve, and it didn't work. So Alex right here, leveling out those humps. It's looking really nice now. It's fluffy. Trying to get it nice and smoothed out. You can see this is a lot smoother than all those rolling hills. And that should fix our issue, we're hoping. Well, I'm gonna use my phone for a little bit. So I was trying to say earlier, but my GoPro died. The wings were not riding level because there's adjusting levels right here, and we had to go through and unscrew that so that the wings would pick up sooner, because he can't run it completely down like you would with no-till. because it's plugging up. He can raise it a little bit. It's still going at the right depth. It was going too deep basically before because it's so fluffy right now. And we're having the clump balls that are plugging, and we can only get them so fine. But you couldn't not till this field because of all the trash. And it had to be tilled because of this field. But now that we leveled that out, it's now lifting together because before he was raising it a hair, but the middle one was raising too much and it actually wasn't putting the seed in the ground. So there's gonna be a couple areas over there where either the seed's gonna come or not because it wasn't all the way in the ground. But now it's working. We had 2 pipes that were still plugged from whoever had it before. There was a second one we found. And now it's blowing good. Seed's going in the ground. It is definitely a learning experience, no doubt about it. This is something we've never done before, and we're gonna find out how well we can put grain in the ground. That tube will come off someday. It's kind of pointless on here, and it looks ugly. So that crap will all come off someday. So Ferdy's GPS guidance system is definitely very handy because he can't see at all where he's going. Now it took about 2 attempts to get it correct. He's overlapping 1 or 2 feet. Well, that's his old drive. No, right now he is actually right on the money. So you can see his old tire marks, but the drill is actually right here. So he has to drive on, the wheels have to drive on what's drilled, and it's perfect right now. The thing is about accurate to 1 foot, which is good enough for us. We had nothing before, and so far so good. Nothing's plugging up anymore. I can see, I'll show you right here on the back. I can look in right here and I can watch the grain fall down. Now when they were plugging, it started gushing out right there. And we had to find the right speed to go because it plugged up once because we were going too fast. And we were going a little faster to keep the dirt from plugging, which was working. But then we were getting seed to plug. So now we found the happy medium after doing about 1/4 of this field, and it's working. I can see that MX200 is really clawing, so it actually pulls quite hard, and he is going up a slight incline. Now that we got it rolling, he's really busting out. I feel like he has to plant slower or drill slower than we plant. He plants about 20 acres an hour with a corn planter. Maybe he can do 15 an hour with this thing. You could probably do the same on ground that doesn't plug up the thing. Or not, I'm not sure. We're not drill experts, but it looks like you can do about 15 an hour if I'm doing the math right in my head. So he still has to do the end rows, but because Alex had to come back with a grubber, he didn't do the end rows. We'll do them after. And right on the dot with the guidance line, so that's good. We got a ratchet strapped to the hood, and it's working. So we'll see how this is coming. We do have 5 more bags in the pickup. You can see it's eating it right up. We do have a couple extra bags because we weren't sure exactly how the rate was going to go to what was recommended. I think John said it's recommended like 100 to 110 pounds per acre, and we have it set at 112. So we are set right there to 112 for what the sprocket sizing is at, and everything. Just hopped in with Ferdy real quick. I was gonna get a drive-by video, but
You can do it on the next side.
so Ferdy was saying it would basically really suck without this little guy right here.
Yeah, because it used to have archer arms, but it never came with it. And yeah, at least with this, it does show me where it is, like the green is where my AB line is that we set up.
It's honestly right on the money or a foot overlap, so that's exactly how we want it.
I mean, for what we're doing, for corn, yeah, this ain't good enough, really. But for oats, what we're doing is spreading fertilizer and stuff like that, it'll be fine. And especially for the price of it.
Yeah. So if anyone is actually looking, this is not sponsored or nothing. I ain't big enough to be sponsored, but it's On Track.
Agritron. We'll put a name of it, actually.
Yeah, we got it off Facebook, honestly. We see a bunch of ads for it.
Yeah.
They got us.
2-day shipping.
They got us. It came from...
It's not a lie. It was
Yeah.
2-day shipping.
So it came from the UK, and it was here in 2 days. That's faster than the US shipping, honestly. But
If you wanted to get out and do a drive-by.
yeah, and then I gotta go back to Harrowland. Well, I don't have to go back. He's coming back with a 1086. You know how many years it's been since I've seen that man Harold?
Or that 1086 on.
That's true. So he said he was gonna. It was just about a half that field, the bottom half that I was in earlier. He had a Harold. But he's going. I'm gonna go hop back in the pickup. I probably gotta go with Christoph to get the fertilizer machine up to where he wants. But it's good. He's gonna do an end pass after anyways. It's a learning curve. We definitely didn't do everything right, but you gotta start somewhere. It's a couple days later, I think 2 days after we planted these oats. I was trying to get to it the other day, but I didn't. But we're running our grass seeder over this because there's a lot of big dirt balls like this size that are sitting on top. And there's some random stones, not really in this area, but all the way over there are. So we want to make sure they're packed in. But I have our 10-foot grass seeder. I took all the seed out. I vacuumed it out this morning, and it's the closest thing we have to being able to pack it. We don't really have anything else that we could pack it with. But there's a lot of big dirt balls because the ground's very hard to get fluffy here. But this right here is breaking them all up into like little pieces like this. And then this section of the field's all corn. I'll get out and show you the difference. So these are the clump balls. And it's like that everywhere. The camera picks it up, I think. This is our grass seeder, if we're ever making grass fields. And I just vacuumed out. I just vacuumed that out. So they're running empty. So it just has 2 packer wheels. And then this is all it's leaving it with. That's the biggest stuff. Yeah, it's a little small of a machine to use, but it's all we have. It's only 10 feet, but it's better than nothing. But it looks pretty level across. I mean, yes, there's a little bit where the tractor drives, but this is our smallest tractor with the widest tires. It has 710s on the back, so it floats really good. So it's actually not putting a lot of pounds per square inch down. It's working. It's the best thing that I could think of that we had to do it with. Some people use like I think they have just a roller with nothing on it, or they have a actual rollers, but it'll work. It's doing good enough. So now after this is done, all we gotta do is hope that it grows. So that'll probably end this video, so thanks for watching. Until the next one.